All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders, bishops, and apostles of Great Millstone that do brew well. And I would like to say peace, safety, and salutations to the Lord's elect, to the hopeful elect in the 1/3. And Adawan Ratazah, this lesson will be edifying and most importantly exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash, and the Wada. Abanawa Yahweh Bashem El Shai Bashem Rakakodash. Forgive me the inspiration to do this lesson. And as the title reads, the last day of Babylon. Okay. And, I was just pretty much thinking about the end. All right. As the scriptures say, better is the end than the beginning. All right. Esau, Edom being the end of this age, and how soon, everything that we deal with here in Babylon, there's an expiration date. Meaning there's going to be finally a last Monday, the last Tuesday, the last time you get paid, the last time you get fired, the last time you got to deal with vanity, temptations, everything across the board. The last time you got to have Esau over you. All right. There is a clock that is ticking. OK, and soon we are going to experience the last day of Babylon, and that day will end with destruction. All right. And I really want to push that. I really want to focus on that. And let's see, I got two scriptures. I just got a couple minutes. Okay. There's going to be the last time you have to take a break. Last time you got to squeeze in a lesson, look over your shoulder. You know what I mean? Just across the board, we're getting ready to enter, as we say, the last days. If we're in the last days, then you need to think about the last day of the last days, meaning the last day of captivity. Okay. Matter of fact, let me get this. This is Lamentations 4. Okay. Real quick. Lamentations 4 and 21. All right. Lamentations 4 and 21, it says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. This is Uz. And it says, the cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shall make thyself naked. The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thee thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. So this is the last captivity. And with it being the last captivity, we have a release date. And no man knows the time, hour, or day, but we focus on what? The signs. All right. And you need to meditate how, let me go to Matthew 24. You need to meditate how soon, we're getting ready to experience the last day of captivity. All right. Matthew 24 and I want to say 36. Let me see real quick. This is Matthew 24 and 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noe were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. See, so we get the blessing to have the eyes to see the signs leading up to eventually the last day of Babylon before it's destroyed. So this is why we're in a jovial spirit. Okay, we're not down and out. We understand that we are getting ready to be freed. Now, we can't tell you exactly what day. We can't tell you what hour, okay, meaning specifically according to Babylon. But we can tell you it will be destroyed at a particular time, hour, and day. And you got to focus on that, man. You got to focus on the fact that this thing is soon going to go down. All right. Now, this is Revelations 9 and 15. And the four angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year for to slay the third part of men. Which now let's go to Isaiah 13 and 19. Okay. So the biggest thing that I want to push in this lesson is, the light at the end of the tunnel. Focus on the fact that soon, we're going to be out of here. All right. And we're getting ready to experience the last experience of this captivity, of this hell. Okay. We're getting ready to experience a lot of the last of it. Not the first of it, the last of it. The last time you got to go to work, the last time you got to deal with scoffers. There's a lot of last times coming up. There's a famine of the word coming. Okay. There's a lot of BS, the vanity you got to deal with, the fake and plastic smiles. The last time you got to wake up to an alarm clock. Okay? The last time you gotta try to put money together to pay some bills or rent, you know? We're getting ready to experience a lot of the last times of this hellhole. The last day of Babylon, man. The last day of Babylon. This is Isaiah 13 and 19. It says, "And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah." Okay? And that land is not inhabited, in so much that Lot's wife is a pillar to this day as a memorial of looking back at wickedness. You know, it says, "It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there." So the last time you got to deal with Esau's BS, his court system, his policies, his police, his government, his standard, his image. The last time we got to deal with his image, you know, there's a lot of last times we're getting ready to embark on, man. Okay? No more, there's going to be no more Mondays. There's going to be no more Mo's and the list just goes on and on and on and on about what we're getting ready to experience. This is Revelations 18 and 8. The last time Esau is going to be able to lord over you. The last time a woman's going to lord over you, you know? The last time you got to see these heathens in a so-called successful state. That's why it says, "Tell Edom to rejoice and be glad," because this is going to be the last time you get to live it up. The last time you get to put your hands on the nation of Israel. Okay? The last time you can deceive and lie. All right? There's a lot of last time events getting ready to take place for these people, because when our kingdom begins, okay, that's forever. This is Revelations 18 and 8. "Therefore shall her plagues come in one day." See, one day it's all going to change. One day it's all going to not go back to their normal, okay? No more of their weird, satanic, heathenistic ideology and their idols. No more, man. "And one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord power who judges her." See? So soon, all right, we're getting ready to experience the last day of Babylon. Everything's going to stop and nothing's going to matter. People ain't going to care about your accolades, your vanity, your viral moments, your videos, your one-hit wonders, okay? All that shit's about to be gone, man. And it's going to be a beautiful day. The last day of Babylon. It's like the last day in jail. The last day, you know? Revelations 18 and 9. "And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her." The last day you got to witness heathen kings living deliciously with our oppressor, with our enemy, with our, the last day you got to deal with Jake under curses, you know? The last day of dealing with deception. The last day dealing with dumbass Christians and scoffers, you know? The last day dealing with unruly women and men and people. It says, "Shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning." And that will be after the mandatory marking of the beast. You see? That's going to be after the mandatory marking of the beast. "Standing afar off for her torment, saying, Alas, alas, the great city Babylon, the mighty city, for in 1 hour." Okay? For in 1 hour. Let me make sure that I read, 9. Yep. For in 1 hour. So I got this saying that I like to say. And there's so-called 24 hours in a day. So prophecy lets us know for in 1 hour. So that means you have 24 times out the day to be reminded of how quickly this place is going to come to naught. Okay? Every hour passes is how quick this place is going to burn, man. So every day you have 24 times out the day to be reminded that that's all it's going to take to destroy Babylon is 1 hour that just passed. See? And it says, "And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore." Yeah, there's going to be a last time where you can go on Amazon, okay? Where you can openly be a demon, be wicked. There's a lot of, time's running out. Time is running out for this people, and time is on our side, all right? Time is on our side. Now, let me jump down. This is Revelations 18, and Let's just get to 19. It says, and they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein we were made rich, all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for Yahweh has avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall the great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. See? You see? So we're getting ready to experience the last day of Babylon's existence. Babylon in rulership. Babylon lording over you. Babylon being over you. Being in power over you. There's getting ready to be a last day of Esau, Edom in power. And then that will begin the first day of our power forever on earth. I pray that this lesson was edifying. I just want to say, call Allah. Abanawa Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem HaKakodash. Double honors to my elders, bishops, and apostles of Great Millstone that do group well. Peace, safety, and salutations to the Lord's beloved elect. And with that being said, Shalom.
Okay, and I just had put some, I had to, the last day in jail, yeah, I had to put, I'm going to put my 2 cents in on the brother's video. You know, hey, that sounds pretty damn good. Last day in jail. Shit, last day in jail, motherfuckers happy. Can't sleep the night before. I know, I was there, okay? Can't sleep. Fucking, you get an out date. Shit, the first week, right before you leave, nigga can't sleep, up in everybody's business, talking shit, everything. Happy as fuck, and then go home. I get it. I'm going to add a couple of biblical scriptures to it. I'm going to go to Isaiah chapter 51. Verse 3. For the Lord shall comfort Zion, he will comfort all her waste places, and he will make her wilderness like Eden. Right? So our wilderness is, you know, you have 2/3 of our people are going to be cut off and die on this side. Okay? They're going to be made like Edom because they're going to be nutsack Israelites. They get to come back over on the other side through us. Okay? So our wilderness is living without the Most High God in the world, like it says in the scripture. Right? Being wild brute beasts living without God in the world. Right? And her desert like the garden of the Lord. Joy and gladness shall be found therein, thanksgiving and the voice of melody. Hearken unto me, my people, and give ear unto me, O my nation. See, the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai chose one people, one nation of people above all nations upon the face of the earth. Okay? I gotta go get it, just to reiterate that. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. NLT. For you are a holy people who belong to the Lord your God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Of all the people on earth, the Lord your God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, has chosen you to be his own special treasure. The Lord did not set his heart on you and choose you because you were more numerous than any other nations, for you were the smallest of all nations. Rather, it was simply that the Lord loves you, and he was keeping the oath he had sworn to your ancestors. Who are our ancestors? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? That is why the Lord rescued you with such a strong hand from your slavery and from the oppressive hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Understand, therefore, that the Lord your God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, is indeed power. He is the faithful power who keeps his covenant for 1,000 generations and lavishes his unfailing love on those who love him and obey his commands. But he does not hesitate to punish and destroy those who reject him. Okay? Verse 10. He repayeth them that hate him to their face to destroy them. He will not be slack to him that hateth him. He will repay him to his face. So going back to Isaiah chapter 51, right? Verse 4. Hearken unto me, O my people, and give ear unto me, O my nation, for a law shall proceed from me, and I will make my judgment to rest for a light of the people. Right? My righteousness is near, my salvation is gone forth. Mine arms shall judge the people. The isles shall wait upon me, and on mine arm shall thy trust. Now, on the right arm, who sits on the right hand of the Most High? Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, who happens to be a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Judah. He is not black. Okay? He is as fine brass burned in a furnace. You take fine brass. Okay, let me go get that one then. And then I'm going to try to close up because this machine usually tries to shut me out of the whole thing. Right? I'm going to show you a vessel of fine brass. Okay, that's better. I'll just use this one. Boom. 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 Okay? Fine brass burned in a furnace. Okay? Fine brass burned in a furnace. This is Serapis Christus. This is Jeebus Cross. 2,000 years ago, the name Jesus Christ did not exist. Okay? The name Serapis Christus existed. And this was the image that they pushed. Okay? This is what the Son of the Most High looks like. Okay? Skin is fine brass as though it's burned in a furnace. Okay? Copper colored. Okay? People, you need to understand these things, man. You keep going back to that Jeebus Cross bullshit. Well, Jesus loves him. No, he doesn't. And it doesn't matter at this point. The Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to destroy all of these people, man. He's going to destroy 2/3 of his own people, man. That's how badly the Most High God Yahweh wants revenge against his enemies, man. Okay? He wants that revenge. He gonna get it. Okay? Let's see. We'll go back to let me get another picture. Where is it at? Boom. There it is. Boom. Okay. Boom. Hold on. Let me see. Nope. Okay. There it is. How's this? Okay. If Yahushua hair was like this, his skin looked like this, is from here, right? Then who the fuck is this? Okay. Did that make any sense? Okay. I'm so glad it made sense to you now. Okay. Isaiah chapter 51, verse 5. My righteousness is near, my salvation is gone forth, and mine arms shall judge the people. The isles shall wait upon me, and mine arms shall they trust. Lift up your eyes to the heavens, and look to the earth beneath. For the heavens shall vanish away like smoke, and the earth shall wax old like a garment, and they that dwell therein shall die in like manner. Right? Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil hath come down unto you having great wrath, because you knoweth he hath but a short time. Okay? These motherfuckers are running out of time. The brother Gabal Awar is right, man. Okay? And the earth shall wax old like a garment, and they shall die in like manner. But my salvation shall be forever, and my righteousness shall not be abolished. Now, the salvation, let's go get salvation. The word salvation. Because a lot of people get that word mixed up into where God loves everybody shit. It's like, no. But my salvation. Yeshua. Right? His name is Yahushua. Right? See, these vowel points. Okay, passive participle. What's that? Yasha. Right? To save, be saved, to be delivered, to be liberated, be saved, be delivered, to be saved in battle, to be victorious, to save, to deliver, to save from moral troubles. That's what the brother was just referring to, right? Bills, having to wake up to pay the bills, have to do this and do that, right? To deliver, help, preserved, salvation, to avenged, defend, rescue, savior. Okay, by implication, to be safe. Causatively, to free or succor at all. Avenging, defend, deliver, deliverer. Help, preserve, rescue, safe, bring. Having salvation. Savior. Get victory. Okay? Boom. And then what took you straight to the son of the name of the Son of God that these devils have added in all these vowel points. See these little dot with the slash and the two dots and the dot above it. Okay, that changes the whole, and that dot in the middle that makes the word look like an F, that letter, right? Without those, that name is Hawashayai. Hawashayai. Okay? Okay? Yahawashayai. That's okay, but we pronounce it Yahawashai. Okay? These Edomites says Yeshua, right? Let's listen. What? Get it.
Strong's H3444. Yeshua.
Okay. Salvation, deliverance, welfare, prosperity, deliverance, salvation by the Most High, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, health, deliverance, help, saving, salvation, save, Yeshua, right? Okay, now based on those vowel points, it's Yeshua. Okay, there were no E's or A's. This is the best pronunciation that we have, and we believe that those are the names of Yahweh and the name of Yahweh Shai by faith without the vowel points in proof, right? Yah-ha-wah, Yah-ha-wah, Yah-ha-wah Shai. Salakia. Something saved, i.e., deliverance, hence, aid, victory, prosperity, deliverance, health, helping. Okay? That which is delivered in the Hebrew Chaldee lexicon. Deliverance, right? See? Alrighty. Hearken unto me, ye that know righteousness, the people in whose heart is my law. Fear ye not the reproach of men, neither be ye afraid of their revilings. Revilings, right? Well, they revilings. Let's get that. Okay? Neither be of their revilings. Let's see, to be reviled.
Strong's H1421. Geduf.
Reproaches. Okay? Reproaches. Define. Reproach. Address someone in such a way as to express disapproval or disappointment. More words: rebuke, reproof, admonishment, admonition, scolding, reprimand, lecture, upbraiding, lambasting, criticism, censure, disapproval, disapprobation, rap over the knuckles, clap on the wrist, dressing down, earful, roasting, rollicking, carpeting, wigging, serve, rating. Okay? What does reproach mean in the Bible? Disgrace, shame. Righteousness exalteth a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 34. Okay, what does reproach mean? The verb reproach means to express disapproval or criticism of. As a noun, it means blame or criticism. Okay? That's what revilings means. Okay? Isaiah 51, verse 8. For the moth shall eat them up like a garment, and the worm shall eat them like wool, but my righteousness shall be forever, and my salvation from generation to generation. Okay? Isaiah chapter 51, verse 11. Therefore the redeemed of the Lord shall return, and come with singing unto Zion, and everlasting joy shall be upon their head. So those redeemed of the Lord that shall return are the elect. Those that were predestinated for salvation here in these last times, that believe on the name of Yahweh and the name of Yahweh Shai. Okay? Boom. Okay, hold on, man. Can I get... Alright. Let's get it. Alright, let's go down here and see if I can find the name of the Lord. Okay, hold on. Make sure I didn't go past it. So this way you can see that the name of the Lord is a precious treasure, man. You can't get out of here without knowing the name of the Lord. You're stuck like Chuck, man. You don't want to be left here and melted, man. It's going to get hot. Okay. Hold on. I think I went past that. I think I went past it. Okay. Because I'm going to get... There it is. Boom. 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 Right? The real name of the Father, Yahweh. Okay? Which means He is, He will be, He exists. And the real name of the Son, Yahweh Shai. Right? Which means He saves, He delivers, He is salvation. Okay? Just want to make sure you understood that. Okay? And everlasting joy shall be upon their head. They shall obtain gladness and joy and sorrow and mourning shall flee away. Sorrow and mourning shall flee away. The former things are passed away. Pain, mourning, sorrow, death. Verse 12. I, even I, am he that comforteth you. Who art thou that thou shouldst be afraid of a man that he shall die, and the Son of Man which shall be made as grass? So the Lord is just telling us, why should you be afraid of these Edomite devils in Jacob's trouble? The entire world is going to be in trouble. Okay? But it's coming for Jacob because Jacob is scattered into all the different nations on the face of the earth. So since trouble is coming for Jacob, that means it's coming for the nations in which Jacob has been scattered into, the heathen nations. The letters that Paul wrote in the New Testament were to all the Israelites that had been scattered, living as heathen in the heathen nations, whose bloodline go back to the 12 tribes. Paul was sent to the uncircumcision. Peter was sent to the circumcision. The circumcision were practicing Israelites that knew to keep the law and had scribes and Pharisees that told them to keep the law. The uncircumcision were individuals that did not keep the law because they weren't aware that they were Israelites. Paul was sent because he already knew all of the different nations' languages. He was a man of many languages already. So it would be a lot easier for him to explain the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord and the blessings of eternal salvation through faith in his name in all the different languages in which he was sent to. Do you understand that? Damn. Not all nations. Only the people that live in those nations who are Israelites. Did that make sense? Okay. Verse 13. And forgettest the Lord thy maker, that hath stretched forth the heavens and laid the foundations of the earth, and hast feared continually every day because of the fury of the oppressor. We fear continually. Shit, I gotta look out my back window to see if the motherfucking police gonna do a U-turn when he go past me in the street. Okay? I gotta look over my fucking shoulder, when I walk down the street to see if some weird motherfucker gonna try to come up and try to kill me or some shit for nothing. I gotta be circumspect when I'm out there on them street corners risking my life and my freedom to tell the people the same thing Paul was trying to tell their stupid ass. Okay? Anyway. And has feared continually every day because of the fury of the oppressor. We don't know if these devils going to decide to come and arrest us on the street corner and start put us in jail for nothing. As if he were ready to destroy. Where is the fury of the oppressor? The captive exile hasteneth that he may be loosed, that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread should fail. Right? Now the pit is a prison. America is the largest open air prison on earth. Okay? 98% of the Israelites in the world are here in America. Already. Been here for decades. Okay? Especially the tribe of Judah. Okay? Because like it says in Zechariah chapter 12, verse 5 and 6, the Most High, or verse 7, Salakia, the Most High is going to set up the tents of Judah first. And the only way that you could be called a Jew is you're from the tribe of Judah. Okay? Let me see if I can find that. Okay, 12 tribe sign, if I can find it. Oh, there we go. Boom. Boom. Write it. 12 tribes of Israel. Judah, American blacks. Benjamin, West Indians. Levi, Haitians. Ephraim, Puerto Ricans. Manasseh, the Cubans. Simeon, the Dominicans. Zebulun, Guatemala to Panama. Gad, the Native American Indians. Reuben, the Seminole Indians. Asher, Colombia to Uruguay, the Incas. Issachar, the Mexicans, Aztecs, Naphtali, Argentina, Chile. These are all of the flags in which all of these different nations pretty much have joined up with BRICS, didn't they? Most of these nations have joined up with the BRICS nations. Okay? Oh, damn, that's right. I was supposed to make that video, man. That's right. NATO is turning against America. I forgot. I was watching it last night. But anyway. So that's basically what's going on, man. Okay. Okay, man, I can't see no more. Damn, where are my glasses at? Let me get my glasses, Salakia. Okay. I was reading out the Bible and plus that. Okay. Okay. Right. Isaiah. Okay, let's get it. Hold on. Isaiah, boom, boom. Boom. Isaiah 49, verse 5. And now saith the Lord that formed me from the womb to be his servant, to bring Jacob again to him, though Israel be not gathered. Yet shall I be glorious in the eyes of the Lord, and my God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, shall be my strength. And he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldst be my servant, to raise up the tribes of Jacob, and to restore the preserved of Israel. I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, that thou mayest be my salvation unto the end of the earth. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the Redeemer of Israel, and his Holy One, Yahushai, to him whom man despiseth, right? And they despised him, right? Let's go to Isaiah chapter 53, right? Isaiah 53, verse 3. He is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And we hid, as it were, our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. Surely he hath borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we did not esteem him stricken, smitten of the Most High Yahweh, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray, we have turned every one to his own way, and the Lord hath laid on him the iniquity of us all. Okay, who is this? Yahushua and Hamashiach, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, right? Okay. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the Redeemer of Israel, and his Holy One, Yahushua Hamashiach, to whom the man despiseth, to him whom the nation abhorreth, to a servant of rulers, kings shall see and arise, princes also shall worship, because of the Lord that is faithful, and the Holy One of Israel, and he shall choose thee. See? So the Most High has already made his choice. It's already been predestinated that who he was going to choose to receive his salvation. Okay? Okay, back to Isaiah 51. Verse 8. For the moth shall eat them up like a garment, and the worm shall eat them like wool, but my righteousness shall be forever, and my salvation from generation to generation. You see what I'm saying? So the Most High is going to do that. Okay? The captive exile hasteneth that he may be loosed. And that's what you just heard from the brother Gabar Awar. You know, you're hearing it from all of us, man. We can't wait to get the fuck out of here, man. Because at the end of the day, you got to wake up and pay bills. You got to wake up and figure out a way to go what you got in pawn at the goddamn pawn shop just to keep the fucking lights on, man. Come on, man. You mean to tell me you actually want to be here for that bullshit? Every day you got to kiss somebody in the crack of their ass in order to fit in with them in their society, knowing that they don't like you. Come on, man. Really? The captive exile hasteneth that he may be loosed, and that he should not die in the pit. The pit is a prison. Nor that his bread should fail. Right? But I am the Lord thy God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that divideth the sea, whose waves roared, the Lord of hosts. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is his name. And I have put my words in thy mouth, and I have covered thee in the shadow of mine hand, that I may plant the heavens and lay the foundations of the earth, and say unto Zion, thou art my people. See, it's a light thing for us to go out here and preach the gospel to your face to let you know that the Most High God still loves you. He chose you. He brought you with a strong hand and a stretched out arm from Pharaoh, king of Egypt. The strangers that lived amongst us were also Israelites. Okay? Now, for 450 years, because 75 went into Egypt under Joseph, and we left out of here damn near an innumerable multitude. Okay? Because of the chastisement of the oppressor that kept us as slaves. Well, we built Egypt. You got pyramids in Guatemala, pyramids in Panama, you got pyramids in every nation on the face of the earth, man. You got pyramids everywhere. Okay? If you undercover the dirt, you got a pyramid there every goddamn time. Ain't nothing going to change about it. And these Edomites have been hiding it for years, man. Okay? Anyway, Yeah, let me get on off of here. I've been on here too long. All right. All praises to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Yahweh Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for pushing 100% truth who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that have been scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom. Okay. Before I go, I'm going to put in some more. Oh, well. Isaiah chapter 63. Verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah? Bozrah, okay, let's find out what Bozrah is. Who the hell is that, right? Okay, I hope it didn't shut off on me. Bozrah, boom.
Strong's H1224. Botzrah.
Okay. Enclosure, fold, sheepfold. Okay. A fortified place, right? Now, ain't Donald Trump talking shit about he got him a what do you call it? A golden dome. You got the Iron Dome over in Israel. Now you got a golden dome here in America. Okay. This is the fortress in Edom. Okay. Bozrah, a town in Edom. Okay. A place in Edom. A city of Edom. A fortress. America is the fortress of the Edomite hegemony. Right? A fortified place. Right? Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah? He that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength, I that speak in mighty righteousness, mighty to save. Right? Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? Right? Because if you smash a bunch of red grapes together, it's going to look like you got bloody clothes on. Okay? The grapes are these Edomite devils and wicked 2/3 of our people. Okay? This is symbolic and metaphoric for the bloodshed that he's going to shed here in America. Babylon the Great. Okay? As Isaiah chapter 19, verse 1. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud. And that swift cloud is what these Edomites usually ignorantly call a UFO or an unidentified aerial phenomenon that they can't explain. Okay? That are 1,000 years ahead of them in technology. Right? The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud and shall come into Egypt. Spiritual Sodom in Egypt is America, Babylon the Great. Here you got freedom of religion. You got freedom to do as thou wilt. You got freedom to do adhere to any sexual deviancy you want to apply to, right? And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, right? The idols, right? That's spiritual fornication. You got freedom of religion. You got everybody worshiping whatever God they want to worship here in this motherfucker, man. Right? And shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Okay? So the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai already said that's what he's going to do. Let me go here to Amos chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. But see, we get adopted back in, you know what I'm saying, through the blood of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, right? Ephesians chapter 1, verse 5. Having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahweh Shai HaMashiach to himself according to the good pleasure of his will. Why? Because with the great strength and stretched out arm, he brought us out of the land of Egypt. Okay? And he tried to purge us from wickedness and evil and idolatry from what we picked up for 450 years of oppression under the Egyptians. Okay? That's what we're in the desert trying to purge all of this wickedness. And only 3 men came out of there. Joshua, Hur, and Caleb. Everybody else died. Moses died. Aaron died. Man, everybody, Miriam, everybody from the first generations in them. Right? To the praise of the glory of his grace, wherein he hath made us accepted in the beloved, in whom we have redemption through his blood, the forgiveness of sin, according to the riches of his grace, wherein he hath abounded toward us in all wisdom and prudence. Us, having made known unto us the mystery of his will, according to his good pleasure, which he hath proposed in himself. See? So, it's all about the Israelites that I explained earlier that were scattered. We would be like the Gentiles made reference to in Colossians and in Galatians, because we were raised as American citizens. We were raised up to be niggas. We was raised up to be gangbangers, robbers, thieves. All of the wickedness that we learned from watching TV, watching movies, that Esau Edom, the so-called white man who was in control of mainstream media and propaganda in America, newspapers, the news, all of that shit. We watched this stuff on TV and grew up thinking that's what we should do in order to fit in society, because that was what was portrayed and what we saw. Okay? So we were raised as Gentiles, not knowing and without God in the world. Okay? Okay, let me see. Let me type that in. Yeah, there it is. Ephesians 2 and 12. It was the next chapter. Whatever. Ephesians 2 and 12. That at that time you were without Hamashiach, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel and strangers from the covenants of promise, having no hope and without the Most High in the world. But now in Hamashiach Yahushai, ye who were sometimes were afar off are made near by the blood of Hamashiach. For he is our peace, who hath made both one, and hath broken down the middle wall of partition between us and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay? Meaning that flesh, the chains of darkness that is prone to sin, okay, that is no longer applies to separate us from the love of the Most High. Okay? Because through the grace and mercy afforded by the Most High, Yahushua said his blood and covers the elect, Zion, the remnant of Israel, that will return unto the Most High willingly and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of men on earth, and the only people that he calls men on earth are Israelites, because the law, statutes, and commandments were given to them. It were not given to the heathen nations. They're brute beasts and wild animals, worshiping false gods and things wherein there is no profit. Understand? Okay. Verse 15. Having abolished in his flesh the enmity, even the law of commandments contained in ordinances. The law has not been done away with, but what has been abolished is in the flesh is the enmity. Okay? Let's go get it. Okay? Close that. Boom. Let's get it. The enmity thereby. Okay? Let's get enmity. Because a lot of people don't know what half of these words mean. They just are going about face value.
Strong's G 2189. Echra.
I did, I know. Cause of enmity. A reason for opposition by implication. Hostility. Hatred. Okay? Now you know what enmity means. A reason for opposition. It was a reason for the Most High God to hate his own people. That's the reason why he filed for the letters of divorcement from his people. Okay? Because like it says in, like it says in, what is that? Jeremiah chapter 3. Right? Verse 14. Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord, for I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and bring you to Zion. And I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. Okay, who said this? Verse 12, Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 12. Go and proclaim these words toward the north, and say, Return thou backsliding Israel, saith the Lord. The Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, said that he's married to us. But later, he got fed up with our continued iniquity and gave us into the hands of our enemies. with which they bought and sold us and enslaved us and oppressed us for thousands of years to this day. That's the reason why Paul was sent to the uncircumcision, which is us, with the promise of salvation through grace and adoption back to being able to practice being Israelites again. Okay? Man, damn, go and proclaim these words toward the north and say, toward the north, North America, right? And say return thou backsliding Israel, saith the Lord, and I will not cause mine anger to fall upon you, for I am merciful, saith the Lord, and I will not keep anger forever. Okay? Only acknowledge thine iniquity that thou hast transgressed against the Lord thy God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and hast scattered thy ways to the strangers under every green tree, and ye have not obeyed my voice. That's all he wanted us to do, is repent. Right? Acknowledge thine iniquity that thou hast transgressed against the Lord thy God. Okay? And worship false gods and idols. And blasphemed his name. Okay? The only sin that yet cannot be forgiven is the sin and blasphemy against the Holy Spirit, the Rabbah Kakadash. That's the only way. That's the only sin that can never be forgiven. If you talk against Yahushua, he'll forgive you. If you talk against the Most High, he'll forgive you. You talk against the law, he'll forgive you. But against the Holy Spirit, Okay? Anyway, let me get off of here, y'all. I've been on here too long. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rabbah Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for pushing 100% truth and rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Damn, I got to get another one. Oh, wow. I'm sorry, y'all, man. Okay, hold on. I'm so sorry, y'all. Okay. Hold on. All right. I'm going to go to a different Bible app then. Yeah. Because that one froze on me. Y'all see it? It just froze on me. Okay. Yeah. Let me see. Where was I at? Obadiah chapter 1, verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it. Edom's judgment is permanent. There is absolutely no mercy. No mercy. Boom. All right. Where's that? James, I think it is. Right? James chapter 2. James chapter 2, verse 13. For he shall have judgment without mercy. He that hath shown. God damn it. For he shall have Salakia. Please forgive me for saying that. Okay. James chapter 2, verse 13. For he shall have judgment without mercy, that hath showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment. Right? There's no restoration. There's eternal judgment against Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Okay? Ain't nothing going to save this devil. He's fucked. Okay? Isaiah chapter 34, is it? Verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. And his sword goes back to Isaiah 54 and 16, I think it is. Because the Most High created the weapons of his indignation. Right? For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Idumea is Greek for Edom. Okay? Let's, if I can get this thing to go back, won't I don't know. It won't work, no. Okay? See, it won't. Well, that's Satan. You know it's Satan because I was going to keep on going. Edom is reserved for slaughter, not salvation. Okay? You need to understand that. They are reserved for slaughter. Okay? Okay? The sword of the Lord is filled with blood, is made with fatness, with the fat of lambs and goats, with the fat of kidneys of rams. For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Bozrah, a fortress, a city in Edom, right? And a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Edom, right? Malachi 1 and 4. They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. Right? Isaiah 54:16, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. The waster is the nuclear weapon, the sword that is going to be bathed in heaven. It's going to come through the windows in heaven, like it says in Joel chapter 2. And it's going to come down upon Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Okay, let me type in one more thing, if I can get it. Upon his own pate. Boom. Okay, I get it. Boom. Psalms chapter 7 verse 16. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate. Okay, let's go. Damn it, it won't let me do it. Okay, that's fine. I got it. Isaiah chapter 33 verse 1. Boom. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. Who are they that didn't deal treacherously? The nations. They didn't deal treacherously with Esau. Esau dealt treacherously with them and burned them up using splitting of an atom, bringing the power of the sun upon the earth, right? And when thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. Right? O Lord, be gracious unto us. We have waited for thee. Be thou an arm every morning, our salvation also in the time of trouble. Okay? Verse 6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Okay? So, yep, Esau Edom is definitely finished. Okay? Nothing he can do but get ready to get his ass kicked. Okay? Where is that at? I was at there. Amos 1:11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. Okay? That's the reason why the Most High is going to exterminate these devils. He let perpetual hatred keep him out of salvation. And he did it all by himself. Nobody helped him. Okay? So, yep, let me get off here, man. All praises to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Yahweh Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for pushing 100% truth to rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.